Hello YouTube, welcome to channel Bella, and today I'm going to be doing 5 ways that you can fight climate change. And I'm not talking about big business or conglomerates or multinational companies or even small businesses. I'm just talking about you as an individual, because I believe people are getting all worked up about climate change when they can do some really simple things that can help the planet and reduce climate change. Okay, number 1, recycle. Plastic, paper, card, glass, you know, really simple. If you are doing that within your household, if everybody within your household is recycling all the paper, all the card, all the newspapers, all the glass bottles, all the plastic bottles, as much plastic as they possibly can, as much paper, then you're doing a big help. And once it's in the use, next point, which is connected, we're still on point 1, is use your green wheelie bin. It's the recycling bin in the UK. It's a big green thing. It's emptied every 2 weeks. Just use it as your main bin. Put everything in there. Okay, on a side note, I want to speak about, put your card in there, put your paper in there, and your plastic bottles. I want to speak about plastic bottles because they get a lot of hate for obvious reasons, because they can be found everywhere and they take millions and millions and millions of years to decompose. They're also quite good because they let you carry liquids and they're nice and light. You can't take glass bottles on a walk because they're heavy, and glass is also dangerous. So plastic is safe to use, people. That's why we have it. It's also reusable and it's recyclable. So even if you've used it once and you put it in the recycling, it will get made into a bottle. Don't stress about it. If you have to use a plastic bottle, just bite the bullet. It's recyclable, people. Check. See, look, it's got that little sign on it. That means it's recyclable. Yeah? So even if you used it once and that's all you've done, you can still recycle it and it can still be reused. Or you can carry this, which is a reusable plastic bottle. Mine says hydrate very nicely on it, around with you if you are really concerned. But this is actually thicker plastic and will take longer to biodegrade at the end of the day. So whether it is more sustainable, I don't know in the long term, than reusing these and every time recycling them. But they are light, they are safe, they don't cut you if you drop them on the floor, they don't smash. Plastic bottles at a concert are safe, glass bottles aren't for obvious reasons. So it's all sorts of things to consider. And glass is heavy, people. It's got extra weight. That's why we had to invent plastic. Plastic is a useful thing. It's not bad. We shouldn't hate on it. We should just be more responsible with how we use it, and we should recycle it when we can. Next one. 2, wash up using your hands, using the sink. It's more cost effective, you use less water, and it's actually cheaper for you than using a dishwasher. Just a point I want to make. Okay. 3, use public transport like taxis, Uber, the bus, the train, because it reduces your carbon footprint and you're also sharing your transport with others, and it's a lot cheaper and safer. Yes, some people might say it's not as efficient, but it's better for the environment. 4, my favourite one, walk. If you're going to the corner shop, walk. If you're going to the post office, walk. You don't need your car for that journey. You can walk. If you're going to visit your friend who lives down the road, walk. Walk and walk. It's really cheap. It's really efficient. You've got legs, use them. Walk more. 5, my personal favourite, use tote bags when you go shopping. Supermarkets like Asda, Tesco, Walmart, well, Asda is UK Walmart, Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Lidl, Waitrose, M&S have been really good at reducing the free bags. You have to pay like 10 pence in the UK for a bag now. So a lot of people use tote bags. This one's particularly useful because it says reduce, reuse, recycle on it. Put one of these in your handbag, get it out and put your shopping in there. And it affects all retailers, whether you go to Game, whether you go to Forbidden Planet, whether you go to Boots, whatever shop you're going to, use one of these. They are really good and they last you a long time. See, look, here's another one. This is a Kinch Bus one. And you can also repair them to keep reusing them so they're sustainable. So that's basically all I have to say on climate change. This is about how one person or one household can reduce what they use. Reducing plastics is harder. I do appreciate that, because lots of things come in plastic, like shampoo, detergent, bleach. But the one thing that I would like to see reduced is actually those cartons that you get fruit juice in, because they're paper and plastic together and they're non-recyclable. For me, a shampoo bottle that is all plastic is really useful because I can recycle that straight away. A fruit juice carton like apple juice, orange juice, pineapple juice, tropical juice isn't, because it's both made of card and plastic together, and you can't recycle that. I prefer if we actually use more plastic bottles and recycled efficiently, or got those machines like they have in Sweden where you can put the plastic bottles in and you get the coupons out, which get you money off in store and things like that. There's loads and loads of tips. These are my top tips for what you as an individual can do to reduce your carbon footprint, which helps save the planet and save the atmosphere and prevent climate change, because as you know, we are facing a global warming crisis with more extreme weather events. Take last year, it was the hottest year in the UK, and take even this year, February had temperatures like we had in the summer heat wave in the UK. So that's basically it. This is hopefully some great tips for you to use. Don't overstress and over worry about the environment. That's another thing that I'm concerned about. People are getting all stressed and all anxious about a very, very big problem. If you as an individual just recycle your plastics, your glass, your paper and your card, you're putting it in the bin, your job is done. It's not for you to worry about whether the bin people are going to recycle properly. That's their job. You've done yours as an individual, which is putting the stuff in the recycling. It's up to other people to sort it out. It's like the cars manufacturers and the car companies are changing. So we're getting more hybrid cars and more biofuels on the road, more electric cars, which is really great. But please be aware, an electric car is still using electricity from your power plant. It's just getting it direct, so it's cutting out the oil. So we're no longer using that process of drilling for the oil, getting it out, refining it, and then putting it in your car. But it's still using fossil fuels because the power plant is still using fossil fuels. My smartphone is still using fossil fuels. Don't worry about it. You also need to think in the long term, we do need to think about reducing our reliance on technology and how we're going to manage our electricity use. Whether we go down to every household has like 5 hours of electricity a day and your warm water is on some kind of timer. These are big questions that we need as a country to solve, and for companies to look at how they sort out their recycling, whether they're going to go with the paper recycling bin for all their paper, whether they're going to reduce the amount of printing they do, because that also makes you more sustainable because you're not printing so much, therefore you're not using as many trees. So it all has a knock-on effect, but these are big problems. My tips are just for individuals and households, and don't feel bad about using plastic bottles. Please don't, because most of them you can recycle. And once you put it in the recycling spot, it should be recycled, and it's up to your local council, your bin collecting service to sort that out. What I would like to see is more recycling plants. That would be really, really helpful. And more of those big recycling containers that you see sometimes in supermarkets and at the tip. That would be really, really great. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful. Please don't stress and don't worry about climate change, because I feel that people's mental health is being affected. You just need to be sensible. Once you've put your stuff in the recycling bin, it's done. It's up to somebody else to sort the problem out. It's up for the bin collectors to make sure that it gets to its location. We just need to be more responsible and more careful. Don't drop litter. I know it's difficult, but if you can, carry a tote bag and put all your rubbish that you accumulate in the day in it, and then recycle it at home. Job done. Or use the bins as you find them throughout the day. Yeah, little things help. Just don't drop rubbish, because that's my pet hate. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I hope you've enjoyed this informative video. Bye!